All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, Great Millstone, who teach very well. We learned this truth from. And salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And yeah, we the brothers here from the GMS Birmingham camp. I'm the brother Raheem, and with me
Brother Tazayawan.
and today, man, we're basically getting on the destruction of this system or the destruction of this Edomite rule. And ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai, him being a just and fair power, is the reason why this place must be destroyed, man. Ultimately, look at the works and the acts of this place, but ultimately, look at the pride of this guy. We know the scriptures, Proverbs 16 and 18, pride go before destruction and a Holy Spirit before a fall. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, him being the highest ruling nation upon the planet Earth, this guy actually think that he got on top by himself. He's so crazy and bugged out. He actually think he's the most high, not knowing it's the higher power that sets you up on top. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and start off with that Daniel the fourth chapter.
Khan. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men
Mm-hmm.
and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Yes, the
And
Lord say he's going to set up the faces of men and he's going to give it to whomsoever he will. So that basically means Yahweh Shema Shai have complete control of who rule, man. And ultimately, here in these latter days, the Lord set up the worst to be in power here and now. And ultimately, it's going to be a perfect lesson, to know the difference between righteousness and wickedness, man. And the most wicked thing that this guy pushed forth is pride. And you can tell, this guy, he have a pride month. But ultimately, too, these people think you have free will, a free spirit that go along with the get along. And ultimately, they think it's not going to be no repercussions behind your actions, not knowing that Yahweh Shem Shai is setting you up for the get go. Because again, Esau, he's in the spirit of what can possibly go wrong, and nothing can happen because he's on top. Not knowing that the person that set you on top is going to be the same power that take you down, man. Cause it ain't like you just you ruling the planet Earth and you doing what you're doing. Cause once you look at the heathen rulerships, and there was always a reason why they got took out of power, but they always had a certain reverence for the children of Israel. You know, whether it be Nebuchadnezzar, whether it be Darius, even Alexander the Greek had a certain reverence for the nation of Israel. But now, here in these latter days, they basically is spinning the Most High face, man, by destroying our people, man. Not only you destroying them physically, you're really destroying them mentally, giving them Cardi B and all these wicked philosophies, and then you turn around and send up a prayer and send up a prayer full of frankincense and myrrh, saying, "Look at your people. Is this is of the Most High?" Not knowing that you are the ones that push forth that drink, that push forth that philosophy upon those people, man. But Baba Kushai, I'll go ahead and get that Psalms 52 and start at verse 1. Because once you look at that title, it reads, evildoers will be destroyed. And the reason why Esau, he's the evil, when you go into the word evil, eve meaning times and ill meaning bad, but he's a doer. You know, when he went, everywhere he go, evil follows, man. Everywhere he go, death follows. That's why he's banned in over 93 countries. You know, that's why China and Russia and Korea, they're not doing different deals with this guy because they know his MO. He is as death, you know? But ultimately, you still coming out with your chest pushed out, man. You got to op.
Khan. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 52, starting at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man?
Mm-hmm.
The goodness of the Most High endureth continually.
Yes, it says, why boastest thyself in mischief? And that's what this guy do. He boasts himself in wickedness, whether it be abortions, the LGBTQ, or even you said you claiming that you save a country from a dictator. But the only thing they was trying to do is to get their currency off the ground. That's a part of you boasting yourselves in mischief, man. Another part, look at your forefathers, your heroes, guys like Thomas Jefferson, um, Ben Franklin, and so on and so forth. Once you really go to the history and the MO of those guys, they was really some sick people. But again, they boast of them in the history books, and they're a hero, man. You got to do up.
Con. Verse 2, the tongue devises mischiefs,
Mm-hmm.
like a sharp razor working deceitfully.
Yes, and this through their laws and legislations, man. You know, this guy, he have a smooth tongue, but ultimately he'll set up a law that have a reason to destroy you. And we already know that he have things like the King Alfred plan, you know, and many other laws to come after the prophets. But at the same time, it says thy tongue devises mischief. Because he's not trying to do the benefits of the planet Earth or even the benefits of the nation of Israel. No, he's really doing the benefits of himself because really he think that he is the Most High. That's the reason why he move in a careless nature. This is like a sharp razor, telling you that the sword is behind it. You know, it says working deceitfully. You got it, bro.
Con. Thou lovest evil more than good,
Mm-hmm.
and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Salah.
Yes, and that's ultimately the immortalist devil, man. You love evil more than good. Why? Because you are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. You are the one that's fulfilling. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know, and you can say, no, the LGBT, you can love whoever you want to love, but even that act that they're doing, it brings forth death. And even you can go past it. This guy, he don't keep the land Sabbath, which actually destroying the ecosystem. No, he spray pesticides and chemtrails everywhere, which destroy an ecosystem. It really mess up your mind, your respiratory system, all those different things. You can really blame Esau for that, you know? But at the same time, he push it forth as it's for your benefit. That's why he even tells you that in Sirach, the 14th chapter, if he doeth good, he will show his wickedness at the end. Because ultimately, he did give you a shot for the Crown 19, but now 3 or 4 years later, now you have an autoimmune disease. You know? You got it, bro.
Con. It says, the Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever.
Mm-hmm.
He shall take thee away
Mm-hmm.
and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place.
Yes, it says the Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever. Now, Baba Kushal, I go to the book of Obadiah. You know, I mean, it's like go to the book of Malachi and start at the third verse, and we're going to jump back because it says the Most High shall destroy thee forever, because the Lord he gave you a chance to come back after the Roman Empire. And ultimately, the Lord, He's going to take you out of that seat of rulership because that's the dwelling place that you dwell in right now. But you got it, bro.
Con. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Nah, it's like in 1 and
Behold,
verse 3.
oh, Salah. This is Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid
Mm-hmm.
his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons
Mm-hmm.
of the wilderness.
And ultimately, that's going to be the end goal of America, man. To be laid waste as a dragon of the wilderness. You got it, bro.
Con. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will
Mm-hmm.
return and build the desolate places.
Yes, you got it.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall
Mm-hmm.
build but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Yes, so the nation of Edom is the people who the Lord hates forever. Why? Because they're the devil that the Bible speaks of. But when it says we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places, that's this guy basically saying he's going to get back in rulership. During the Dark Ages, after the Roman Empire fell, yes, he was laid low. But once he got back in power during the Renaissance, his pride was even more high. That's why he always have the spirit that he's going to be like a rising phoenix. He's going to rise like the ashes, but you're not going to rise out the ashes of those ICBM nuclear missiles. That's why you go back
Con,
into that Psalms 52. It says the Lord going to destroy you forever. Read that again in verse 5.
con. This is Psalms chapter 52 and verse 5. The
Mm-hmm.
Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever.
Mm-hmm.
He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place
Mm-hmm.
and root thee out of the land of the living. Ah,
Yes, so the Lord is going to root thee out of the land of the living. Now, by Makashah, I go back into Malachi, but go into Malachi 4 in verse 1. Because this
con,
destruction that Yahweh Shai is going to bring ultimately is going to be a way for this wicked spirit or this wicked people for them not to come back into power. Because we can see what happened once they have rulership, man. We can see what happened once you have the keys to the car. Now the car is wrecked, the earth is messed up, plants are dying, fishes in the sea, they're committing suicide. Animals in the zoo, they're unaliving themselves. You gotta keep, you gotta use your words wisely. But again, when these guys in power, death is all at a high, not only with humans, but even with animals. You got it, bro.
con. This is the book
Mm-hmm.
of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. For
Mm-hmm.
behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all they that do wickedly shall be stubble.
If I may, it says,
Con,
in all the proud. That puts America on the scene. America is known for pride. The proud, the few, the Marines, you know, oh, proud to be an American. That's your theme song. So ultimately, your words is condemning you, man. Your words that you bringing out is fulfilling the scriptures of you being the wicked. That's why it says all the proud shall be stubble. So all the ones that's proud to be an American, you're going to end up in Malachi 4 and verse 1. You got it, bro.
con.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that
Mm-hmm.
it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
So it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So you're not going to be able to replant yourself or regenerate yourself in the time that the Lord or the evils that the Lord is going to bring upon you. This is going to be the end all and be all of the heathen rulership. It's not going to be like, 1,000 years in the kingdom or 2,000 years in the kingdom. All of a sudden, the nation of Edom sparked back up in Jerusalem. No, we just read in Psalms 52 how they're going to be plucked up out of the land of the living. It's even Edomites in Saudi Arabia, in Pakistan, all those different areas in the Middle East. Ultimately, that's the land for the living, man. But what you're doing, you pushing forth death over there, man. And that's why the
Right.
ICBM missiles have to hit over there on that side to cleanse that place. You know, you got some
Hola,
Baba Kashak, go ahead and jump back into Psalms 52.
con. This is Psalms chapter 52 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee
Mm-hmm.
out of the land of the living. Salam.
And right there, it says, pluck me out of thy dwelling place. And how the Lord's going to do that by bringing forth destruction. That's how he's going to take you out of rulership. You got it, bro.
Con. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him.
Yeah, it says the righteous shall also see and fear, because the Lord's gonna really do it in on Esau. Because this is the people
Con,
who the Lord have indignation for forever. So it's gonna be a sense of fear too. But it also said, and shall laugh at him. Going back into what it is, so right the 27th chapter, there be 9 things I found happy. A man that have joy over his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. This is going to be a beautiful time to see the guys that are most proud, the guys that are most fragile, the guys that are most wicked who are in rulership right now. It's going to be a beautiful thing to see the Lord put ICBM nuclear missiles upon them. You got it, huh?
con, con. Lo, this is the man that made not the most high his strength.
Right there. That's the reason why you must be destroyed. You did not make Yahweh Bashim Shai your strength. You trusted in your own wickedness, man. Baba Kushah. Go to Isaiah 47, and I think it's verse 9 or either 10. You know? Matter of fact, yeah, I think it's verse 10. It's verse 10. And read 11. Because once you go into the Esau's rulership and his wickedness, he really trusts on that left-hand side. That's the reason why he do in deceit too. He trusts in deceit too, but that left-hand side is really is deceit, you know?
Con,
But you got it, bro. Read it.
con. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 10. For thou
Mm-hmm.
hast trusted in thy wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast said, none seeth me.
Mm-hmm.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
Mm-hmm.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Yeah, so you instead of you making the most high your strength, you making yourself your strength, man. Which is nothing but a damn man, a wicked man at that, man. This nigga claim must to be 3/5 of a man, but when the sun hits you, you burn up. So who,
Con,
who who are the real humans, man? But at the same time, Yahweh Shema Shai is condemning you people because you trust in the left hand energy. You trust in that left hand side with the witches and warlocks, and ultimately that's going to be your destruction. Because if you come to the right hand side, you're going to be condemned, man. And that's the reason why Cain wasn't accepted. That's why the Lord said, if thou doest well, thou shalt be accepted. But if thou don't do well, then sin lies at the door. It ain't like it was a mystery, full of lack of better words, to the so-called white man what life was. It wasn't like it was a mystery until the so-called white man really was to please the Most High. Ultimately, he wanted to
con,
do his own thing, like Cain wanted to do his own thing. The Lord wanted to sacrifice of lambs and bullocks, and this nigga brought fruit. And he's in that same spirit today. You got it, bro. Continue on it.
con.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth,
Mm-hmm.
and mischief shall fall upon thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yeah, so you're not going to know what's going to happen when your high by Shemal shall crack those clouds. Ultimately, the Lord is going to catch you with your pants down, man. But
Con,
guess what? That's what you get for trusting in your left hand side. Continuing on, huh?
con.
Mm-hmm.
Stand now with thine enchantments,
Mm-hmm.
and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
And that's how about Shemal Shai being facetious, man. He making fun of you. Keep on trusting in that left hand side. Keep on trusting in that adreno.chrome. Keep on trusting in these wicked sacrifices that you pushing forth, man. The Lord says, stand with it. You got to stand on business. It's a saying,
Con,
you live by the three, you die by the three. So if you
right.
live by wickedness, you're going to die by wickedness. Go ahead and continue on, huh?
Con. Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Mm-hmm.
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
So you might, the Lord said, yeah, if you keep on trusting, you might win. If no, you're not. This is your how about Shema outside making fun of you because even you know that you're going to be taken out. A lot of times, man, when these Edomites be pushing forth these different rituals and trying to bring forth these different demons, they really tell them, they lie to them, but some of them tell them the truth. Be like, yeah, man, I can't really do nothing with. Ultimately, y'all still gonna, I can do this, but at the end of the day, y'all still gonna be destroyed. Y'all still gonna go
Hmm.
into slavery, and you basically pushing forth this wicked left hand ritual. Ultimately, what's gonna happen is you're gonna make it worse on yourself. You know. Continuing on, huh?
Con.
Hmm.
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsel.
Yes, and it says
L-
that are reared in the multitude of thy counsels. And the reason why, because the left hand side is exhausting, man. You have to do more. You have to put more force in. When the right hand side is stronger, and it even tells you that in Exodus with Pharaoh's serpents and Moses' serpent when he threw down his cane, Moses' serpent ate both of Pharaoh's serpents, man. Which meaning what? The power of Yahweh Shemel Shai is twice as strong as the left hand side. You got it.
Con. Let
Mm-hmm.
now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and
Mm-hmm.
save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to save you from the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. And you have this whole team on the left hand side, which you only need the prophets. You're doing too much, Esau. That's another reason why
Con.
Lord gonna destroy your ass, man. You got it.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, they shall be as stubble.
Mm-hmm.
The fire shall burn them. They shall
Mm-hmm.
not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
Mm-hmm.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
And ultimately, that's why Yahweh Shema said in Malachi 4 and verse 1. You're going to be destroyed, and there's nothing you can really do, man. It's to play your lot and play your role of being the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. No matter what you do, and no matter what you say, ultimately, Yahweh Shema is setting you up in this time so you can have a great fall. Again, pride go before destruction, and the Holy Spirit before a fall. It's no coincidence that the Lord have Trump in office, which ultimately boosted these Edomites' pride 50%. This nigga Trump going crazy in the White House, and there's still some delusional Edomites saying, well, just wait. He gonna make it better for us. Yes, he gonna make it better for y'all by destroying y'all. That's gonna make everything better. You know? But you can go back into that Psalms 52 and 7.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 52, and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Lo, this is the man that made not the most high his strength, but
Mm-hmm.
trusted in the abundance of his riches,
Mm-hmm.
and strengthened himself in his wickedness.
Yes, and that's what these devils did, especially these higher ups, these elites. And that's why it's specifically for you bankers, man. Because these Joe Sixpacks, they really don't matter. But these bankers are the ones that's trusting in their wickedness, man, in their riches, man. This nigga already have all the currency upon the planet Earth, the gold, the silver, and the next thing this guy want is the people now, man. How crazy and sick can you be? But it just shows how the Lord made you really not fit for rulership because you're not satisfied with the portion that the Lord gave you, man. He gave you the whole world to rule, and look what you're doing now. Now you want more. Now you looking at Mars. You fucked up what the
Hmm.
Lord gave you on the planet Earth. Now you're trying to mess up Mars. No, it don't work like that, man. You got it, bro.
Con. For I am like a green olive tree in the house of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
I trust in the mercy of the Most High forever and ever.
Yep.
I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it, and I will
Mm-hmm.
wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints.
Yes, it says, I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it. What's one of the things the Lord is going to do? Destroy Esau, you know?
Con.
And also one of the things the Lord's going to do is save us from Esau, man. That's going to
That's
be
it.
one of the that's going to be one of the major reasons why we're going to praise Yahweh Hashem Shai, because he delivered us from this evil and violent man. And if you don't think this guy violent now, wait until the times of Jacob's trouble, man. Wait until shit hits the fan. He's going to show his horns. His aggression is really going to come out, man. But hey, it's going to be the will of Yahweh Hashem Shai, and ultimately his mercy that we're going to be left unscathed, man. You know? So yeah, Akim, you got something up?
Whole lot.
Yeah, with that, Akim, we pray that this video was edifying. We want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha Kodash. We want to give that honors to our apostle, Elizabeth Mulestone, and Shalom.